Yeah, 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 yeah. Yaramulandia, fiti maitera, gangaruaroha.
No, my Hinenuitepo. Beloved shining ones, welcome to the Moo Galactic Grandmother Wednesday Wisdom Circle. I'm your host, Nanny T. Te kura turuki, and beaming to you here from the Kopu Temple here in Thames, Aotearoa. And we also have our beautiful sister, Granny Anhara, in the house from the Blue Diamond Lake of Taupo in Taupo Nui Aotea. And also on behalf of all of the Galactic Grandmothers of Moo, and there are 2,000 of you, we would love to welcome you into this space. It's a deep pleasure to have you here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for your presence. Your Modi is the gift. It is the greatest gift. And so please be sure to engage and share, like, and give us some of your love. We love seeing those little love hearts coming up. And we love to hear from you too. So be sure to comment, because we like being able to have an engaged conversation going on. So be absolutely wonderful hearing from you. And my dog agrees. She's wagging her tail while she's lying on the couch. So tonight we gather inside the Great Remembering. And this isn't just about just kōrero. This is about listening beneath the words, beneath the world. This is about feeling what's actually underneath humanity right now. This is the first light of the first pulse. And we're here to witness and experience these deeper currents that are stirring through the body of Earth and also through our own body temples. So tonight we are journeying, and we're going to be working with Venus, bringing in the ascension out from the underworld. She's only just come out, and I just saw her tonight for the first time. I had a glimpse of her. I took a photo, so I'll share that later. And also Hinenuitepo, bringing in her beautiful power, the power of presence. And I'm just seeing if we are actually live. Oh, yeah, we are live, but hoping to see some whānau soon. It's a little bit slow start, but kei te pai, I'm sure some of you will show up soon. And we're also going to talk a little bit about the Whiro's descent, the healing of the witch's wound, the rising of the Moo frequency, the awakening of the mother grid, the galactic inheritance, and the first light remembering, cosmic attunement, planetary alignments, recalibration, and singing up our songline. We're also going to do a little bit of an activation right at the end. So please stay to the end for us to experience and gift you this for a beautiful night's sleep. And we are going to speak a little bit about the Moo community and what this actually means right now for the planet, for you, for me, for we, and the sacred stewardship of what we're holding here in First Light. So bring in some healing frequencies, bringing some ahi ka, cleansing our fields above us, below us, before us and behind us, within us, and without us. Kia ora. And just inviting Anhara, our beautiful grandmother Anhara, to come and be the first to share with you. Kia ora, sister.
Oh, kia ora, everyone. It's just a pleasure to be here with everyone tonight. And I'm just holding one of our kohatu, our stones. It's a Lemurian stone. It's full of crystals. And we heat these stones. We hit these our go-tos when we're doing Lemurian bodywork. And we will have trainings and that being offered later maybe online training, te raukura, plus also one-on-one as well. So it's actually it's such a beautiful process. So yeah, just feeling into the mama, and it's nice and heated. So yeah, the new portal is active, boom, 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 and the old matrix dissolves more and more into chaos, and the great goddess rises up with fearless conviction. She finally demands absolute equality for all living beings on earth. And that's something that beautiful Sonia Natchwade from Galactic Grandmother of Mu in Germany, she wrote that, a beautiful post that's on our Galactic Grandmother of Mu page. And she also wrote about planting a beautiful tree that connects Germany and Aotearoa. So these are on the grid line. And also she's saying a beautiful waiata. Now this beautiful waiata is something it's a very popular waiata in Aotearoa, and it means love, faith, and peace for us all. And I just like to sing that and actually just honouring this beautiful soul. And some of the words I'll speak tonight are actually from her post because I felt they were so on point. So just going into our heart space, into our manawa, connecting down into Papatua, Nuku, Pachamama, Gaia. And we're going to sing this beautiful waiata, Te Aroha. Te aroha, te whakapono, me te rangi mari e, tato tato e. Anoa. Te aroha, te whakapono, me te rangi mari e, tato tato e. So powerful as we're building our new global communities. And that song, you know, the aroha, that means everything, right? I mean, without aroha, it's all pointless, really. So we're going to have a look a little bit about the cosmic deepening, a couple of things that the sister said, Sonia. Venus and Gemini, woo woo. Mars in close conjunction with Chiron, new moon and Taurus, with the messenger of the gods by its side. And this is really quite potent, this stuff. So Lilith, the truth speaker, she's hanging there in there as the ascendant in Sagittarius. And Neptune, Uranus and Pluto, they're navigating the next culmination. But here's the beautiful image. There's two warriors. They're standing side by side. And in the final degrees of Aries, we now have a single focal point. So we've got the god of Mars and Chiron, the cosmic healer. And that's like a gateway. And so the music of the spheres and the original cosmic order is being sung down to us and up through the grid lines. So all the conflict on the planet, the unrest and everything that's going on, we don't want that. We want peace, freedom, true humanity. And some people don't even know what that is anymore because we got so used to that push me, pull me, trying to ward off all these energies. But in fact, Sonia said that these events appear so they can be healed. And I thought, wow, isn't that true? And it's like if we hide something that's in us that's niggling away and we don't address it, it just gets bigger and bigger. And that's how wars within ourselves start up, right? In families and in the greater whānau. So Venus entering is the balancing feminine force situated in the sign of communication and exchange. And this is what it's all about. We're totally in the Aquarian age. So Venus, our beautiful goddess Venus, she is our collective higher self. And she's holding the ancient values. And as we know, a lot of like Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, all those beings of light from the higher dimensions they come from, they actually came from Venus. So Venus and Gemini is quite watery, and we'll go a little bit into that. But you got the Sun, Moon, and Mercury. They're like the cosmic seeding, the planting, and that's what we're doing with the Moon movement. We're planting the seeds we want to grow, right? And it's also about like the primal human behavior, bringing back the Buddha consciousness. And we've got all those monks walking for peace. And the grandmothers will walk for peace as well, because we need to imprint into the field what we do want, right? So I love this astrologer. He's actually quite funny. So Pluto in Aquarius is striving for harmony and wise leadership. And we have to be wise. We have to be able to guide the people in a really good way with good values. And that's a lot inside our website. You know, we have got wise teachings to guide the people in the way that we need to go, right? So, but anyway, this dude's, he's actually Kai Pacha and he's actually a Leo. So I really like him because I'm a Leo as well, and we're a little bit out there sometimes. And he goes, well, it's all about now, Mars and Taurus is about beauty and grounding. And we just want to be now. We've done all that airy stuff. And see, we just want to be, we want to hang out, want to sing our song, or the Indigenous peoples have their own song. And we want to find our song and create our song. And you and I, Te Raukura, we just went through that, didn't we? I wrote my soul song and I said to you what music I'd like to go with that. And I did the video and you created all the digital art that went with it and you brought it alive. And I play it all the time. It's like my song. And, you know, I am a navigator and that's what I am. I'm a navigator and I'm sure you are too. So Venus in Cancer, it's the watery, we're going right down to the depth and looking at the sort of, I think it's Sedna, she's the goddess of karma, and looking at how the ancestors impact the planet, right? And also the wounded masculine as well, and everything that's been done to Papa Tuanuku, Pachamama, you know, the raping of all her waters and her energies and everything like that. And so now we're here to put the waka up the right way. We always talk about that, don't we? About turning the waka up the right way. And so we're in the fertilization stage of it. So we want to create pure space. We want to actually relax, be peaceful, go inward so the Divine Mother can speak to us. I have a kōrero with her every morning. I do some mantras and I call her in and ask her to show me every day, show me what she wants. How can I be of service? So that Kai Pacha reckons that the divine masculine on the planet needs some psychic surgery. And I had a laugh about that because I thought that was quite hilarious. The thing is that in other timelines, we have been male. So we have done this stuff as well. There is no blame game there, right? So let's just be in the time of reckoning with the collective values, the global communities, and not just our personal desires and wanting to get what we wanted out of the earth, out of the people, out of everything. Time to come together, time to sink in arm and come into the heart space, into the aroha. Yeah, putting down the rako.
Kia ora. That's amazing, sister. Thank you for that. That's beautiful sharing. I want to just honor those that are here right now. We have our beautiful sister Amrita. Kia ora. Hine Jane Rangi Nui. Kia ora, sister. Lovely to have you with us. We have Mary Derry from Ireland. Great to have you. I think people are coming in and out a little bit. Maybe it's just a quick tap in and then tap out, but you know that this is going to be here. There's also going to be a replay on our website. So yeah, for those who want the full uninterrupted replay, come and join us at Moo. I'm thinking Moo Medicine, moomovement.com. Yeah, kia ora. It's written all over the walls, and on the floors, but we also have our beautiful sister Taniwha, who's one of our whānau who is part of the working team to help really launch this. We thank you so much, sister. We honour you and the mahi that you are putting in towards this. This is so much amazing energy going in. It's beautiful. And Auntie Maureen is with us as well. So bit of a small crew tonight, but Kate Pai, it's all beautiful. It's divine. Yes, I have had a lot of apologies tonight. There seems to be a lot on at the moment. But I will continue with the mahi and the work and the sharing with what's actually in the field right now. And one of the things that came through for me in the last few weeks, really, in the observation around everything, is that something really ancient stirring. It's like we're going back to the future. Some people talk about the seals breaking, and that's what it feels like. And also our waters are breaking too. We're definitely having a rebirth of sorts. So the masks are cracking, the old systems, even the old identities are cracking, because we're not the same person we were like 5 years ago or even 5 minutes ago. We're actually starting to clean things up, and it's a lot of work that's needing to be done on the inner. So there is this great unveiling taking place. We are cracking open this other part of ourselves which we haven't seen before. It's a deeper consciousness, and it's awakening through the human heart. But we have to be really brave during this process, because there's a lot of messing around in the field, and there's a lot of people discharging the jackal, and often it's aimed at probably the most close nearest to put the energy, so they chuck it on you. Yeah, wear that. See what that looks like on your skin. But yeah, we can't be accepting other people's taki. It's all got to go back to source. And with the seals that are breaking open, and in the Bible it talks about all the 7 seals, and I was actually going through them just earlier today, thinking about the seals and the 7 seals and everything. And I saw the relativity in one of the seals, and I felt that perhaps that's the seal that's breaking open right now, because the first seal is the white horse, the rider on the white horse appearing and carrying a bow and a crown, and it's often interpreted as like a conquest of false power. So this is feels like the Roman Empire structure's it's conquered humanity. It's, like captured the waters, it's captured us, and birth certificate fraud and all of that. So it's deceptive authority. The second seal, the red horse, emerges, bringing war, violence. Well, we've just, it's pretty much endless, isn't it? We've had war, violence. They say it ended in World War II. Well, no, sorry, there's been lots of wars since then. It's like a continuation of all the wars. So, yeah, the peace is removed from the earth, and I feel that was connected also to forced vaccinations. And the third seal, which is the black horse, the rider carrying scales, he appears symbolizing famine, economic imbalance, scarcity, and inequality. And so, yeah, well, there's what we've got now. We've got the haves and the have-nots. There's really big divide between those two as well. And so we're witnessing that. We're witnessing the economic imbalance and the scarcity, and even a little bit of shortages for some, and then the fourth seal is the pale horse. The rider is death, followed by Hades. This seal is one that represents mortality, plagues, collapse and the collective suffering, poverty, man-made diseases, all of that. That's what we've seen. We've been witnessing that, and there's new diseases that have been made in labs that have been brought out, and kind of another little scaremonger put in there. But I feel like there's the fifth seal, and I felt into this today, and I realized that perhaps we are actually in that fifth seal right now. And the fifth seal is the souls of those persecuted cry out from beneath the altar, seeking truth, seeking justice, seeking acknowledgement, seeking revolution and evolution. And that's what I feel humanity is in right now, the cracking of this fifth seal. The sixth seal is the great earth changes, and perhaps even the polar shift that we're potentially going to be experiencing. And the seventh seal is the sacred silence. So that's actually feeling that's the neocortex, that's the monad come together, the recreation of the new world through this moon monad mind. And once we can silence our mind, this is the gate to the heavenly consciousness, and we receive those imprints of deep unity, compassion, love, wisdom, fully aligned truth, peace way. And that's what this is all about, the final seventh seal. So many mystics interpret this as like a spiritual awakening, like the final stage of us moving into the next world, and either done consciously, individually or collectively, but it also feels like we're not following particularly any religious order. We are following Whiro, which is completely different, and that holds another high vibration again. So yeah, we are definitely making shifts within ourselves and accepting that seal, that sacred seal of evolution, speaking up, coming into this portal of justice, of truth, of real acknowledgement of the people and power to the people as well, and how important that is right now. I see that as being particularly important right now, with all that's going on the planet, and what's going on over in the UK and Ireland and places like that. Massive toe talk to you guys, because it's a big thing that's happening, and I see that rippling out to the rest of the world. It's just a matter of time. And welcome to our sisters Mira. Yeah, kia ora, all the way from WA. Yeah, we love you, sister. We have Lisa Temperton from down in the South Island. Welcome, sister. I think it's Lake Wanaka. Great to have you here, darling. Jessica from Melbourne. Wonderful, honey. Welcome, welcome. We have Jenny Upper too. Morja. Thank you, Han, for showing up. So great to have you. Another one in our working group. So special to have you. And Esther, welcome, honey. Oh, I know you've actually got to go onto my page and click the top corner, I think, and then it just takes you into the live this way. It can be a bit tricky finding us, but those, of course, who can't make it to the live transmission here will be getting the replay, so all good. And so yeah, humanity is really right now dealing with everything head on, face to face, with this next part of our evolutionary step, and it's being witnessed outside of us. That bifurcation that they talked about, that splitting, feels real too. Like friendships, just suddenly just disappear and new ones turn up. And yeah, it's super interesting how there's been a big morphing in the field. And so we are celebrating everybody who's brave enough to step into this next part with a courageous heart and coming into their self-sovereignty, their sacred self-sovereignty, because it has to come from us first before it can ripple out to anywhere else. There's a lot more, but I'll let Anhara have the next kōrero before I continue sharing. So yeah, kia ora, sister.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talked about the 7 seals, and like the biblical kind of doom and gloom aspect of that, but there is truth within those writings. But I immediately thought about the 7 chakras. So if you look at the 7 chakras, you're looking at the base chakra, so how we open up our light body and all the other higher gateways, and we bring that light that we already are down through the great essential sun, from Te Kuri and Eeyore, Great Spirit, bring it all down through the stellar gates, the cosmic gates, down into the crown and right down. But we're also bringing that light, and we're actually kind of flushing out those lower chakras that are holding all this old imprinting. And we know that when we do the body work, when you work around the buttocks area, that's really where everyone's holding all those programs, or the fear, not feeling they belong, all that kind of stuff. So that's how I'm kind of getting those seals. And also at the base of the spine is Mother Kundalini. And Mother Kundalini, we have to invite her up the 7 gateways with karakia and everything to have, a union in our crown chakra with us. So there's many different ways to go about all of this. But yeah, that's what really came online for me when you're talking about this. And the other thing too is that you can't be too out the gate spiritual. Like we do work in these other realms, right? And we say it all the time, but it's all about the embodiment. And if you can't embody it and you can't ground it into Papatūānuku and remember who you are, like singing your song, make it, singing your own song vibration, because when we really take it right down, we're not really that physical. We're just frequency, energy, light, and information, right? And so we're finding our way home again. So get grounded and actually be in the beauty way, be in the Venus portal and kind of lighten up. We can't do all that heavy work all the time. We have to have time to slow down, to integrate. Otherwise, you have to be very careful of the Hinenuitepo, the mind, because the mind will jump on all this stuff and just be, you know what I mean? We have to have sovereignty within ourselves, and that's through the manawa, through the heart chamber, in our sacred atma, right? So, so, I mean, the greatest thing is to have good communication with yourself, how we look at ourselves, how we respect ourselves, how we don't need approval of other people. We've been doing this stuff, we've done our work on ourselves. I continue to work on myself daily, catching myself all the time with some bad program that's in me that needs to be removed. Pyong, out it goes. Definitely like to use a bit of the kohatu on those points and really, pulsate them out and with sound and frequency. So, yeah, that's all I've got to say about that one at the moment. But I do feel another Waiata coming on later. So, yeah, handing it back to you.
Oh, awesome, sister. Oh, well, we have a few more whānau with us. We have Christina Sheeran from up in North Brisbane. Welcome, sister. Lovely to have you with us. And Shirley Greer. Yeah, honey, are you still in the valley? Are you still local? Yeah, we need to catch up. If you're still local, it'd be great. We have Blair Stanaway. Welcome, bro. Yes, we haven't done a live for a couple of weeks actually, because last week we were preparing for our launch, so we were head down and bum up. Yeah, it was very intense last week. And then Esther's been saying, and so has Jenny, that they've had aches in their butts. So yeah, there's a lot, of the unconscious stuff going on, and that's where it tends to like to store. So yeah, whānau, this is definitely what we like doing. We like to share the bodywork piece and actually teach people how to release the areas around the buttocks, because there is so much energy that gets stored there, and we use the hot stones to release that. So it works amazing, and that the hot stones just help to soothe that muscle and really help to get right in there. So my next piece is going to talk about the descent into Hinenuitepo. Now, there is a chart which is called the PouHine. So it's a little bit like a step pyramid, just like the Mayan step pyramid, except like the PouTama, it goes down. That's the PouHine. And it goes all the way down to Papatūānuku, but we enter Rua's cave. And there is that deep chamber that we can come to. And this is where Venus has been for quite a while. She's been in that deep cave for a very long time, and it's very symbolic of what we're experiencing as well. So this is an important time for remembrance of whatever's happening in the alignments, or also it's a time to reflect on the inner world too. And so the underworld is the void, and the void is the womb. It's a time to go inwards into our wombs, to rebirth, to that sacred Rua's cave, which is the womb, and all the way down to the core of the mama. Of course, here in First Light, we've got the closest connection to Papa Tuanuku through the cord, through the spiral, which is the umbilical connection, and it's very, very connected to all of the timelines, dream lines, all of the energies that have ever happened in the whole her story of this planet. And so also a place where the ancient grief gets hidden, and all fears, soul memory, emotional density, karmic echoes, they're all contained here. So within ourself, of course, and even Papa Tuanuku's womb, she's ready to purge that all out. She's ready to do that cleansing. And this is what I feel the earthquakes are all about, and why we're getting a lot of volcanic eruptions, and also like a little bit of destabilization in the earth, and certainly the magnetosphere is quite weakened right now because we're getting literally blasted by 50 megahertz like consistently of plasma light that's coming from the suns, from the portal of the suns, and the alignment of the suns as well. So this is the light and the shadow, they reflect, and it just heightens everything. So we're at that stage of our evolutionary stage right now. So many feel right now this really deep level of exhaustion. I don't know how you're feeling about this right now, about how you're feeling in your body temple right now, but this is like so much emotional intensity going on with everybody right now. It's like trigger warnings around just even getting messages from people that, for example, today I received a message from somebody whose son has just crossed over and was only 10 years old. He was born with a condition, but he accepted his condition. And as soon as I saw that, as soon as I got the message, I just fell about in tears, and I had to get straight on and send a message to this person, and I was bawling my eyes out when I was sending this message, because it was just like all this emotion just came out of nowhere. I didn't know this child, but I really deeply connected because it was during the 17th is when we were doing our launch, and on that day of Whiro. So it was, even more important. Lots of things happened that day. It was quite disorientating for some, and the underworld became like a really big portal that we collectively entered, and it really just reveals all of this buried stuff, this beneath all these structures that we've tightly covered over in our life, but really they've been built on survival structures, it's survival architecture, and also all that inherited conditioning. So we're looking at that now in the afterglow of Whiro's descent, and seeing what's actually and ready to rise now. It's a matter of really holding our powder dry right now, because there's a lot of accountability in how we hold ourselves on a daily, in relational ways. So important how we are showing up for each other and holding each other and holding the light for each other, holding the light till the darkness really ascends. Anybody else's issue except ours, we have to own it. We have to own all of our stuff. So before Venus can really truly rise, illuminated in the night sky, and you just had a sneaky peek of her tonight, she must first go through that big dissension and clear all those false identities, or the ego masks that she's been wearing, to crack open, to crack those codes, to open those seals, to truly reveal to us who she actually is, the deeper embodiment that we forgot, the beauty way that we forgot. And that's what we need to surrender into, because anything less than that is just not good enough. We definitely need to rise up from the underworld, embody that sacred feminine. It's her time to rise now. It's her time to shine. So I'm seeing her in the night sky, just a little glimpse of her tonight, and thinking, oh, wow, she's on the rise. Yay. It's the first time I've seen her since I got told she was out of the underworld. But she's still not quite out, if you know what I mean. She's still deep listening. She's still working with that embodied truth. And so, yeah, this is the Hades that she has to come out from, and, equally with us. So Venus is in Mars, and what that does right now, it ignites that sacred warrior. So this is super interesting, because a lot of people are in warrior mode right now, if you haven't noticed, around the world. So she's all about like the beauty way, but she does it with fierce power behind her, because where love gains courage, it also gains purpose, it gains power. It's all about heart-led, intuitively guided leadership, and here to stand in truth, here to stand in grace. And of course, in the shadow, it's conflict and impulsiveness, jealousy, and power struggles. But yeah, when she's in her heightened state, in her illuminated state, this is about freedom, ultimately. So just handing back the toko sister. That's enough of me talking about Venus and that shadow side.
The interesting thing is so much what I would call, for want of a better word, deja vu. Like the people we're meeting, even I'm talking to people every day and they go, oh my gosh, and I say, I'm meeting people that have been in my story, like the one I talked about, the labyrinth, that I downloaded the labyrinth, created it, and then number 17 again, which is actually a Stargate. And then I met the lady who at age 17 walked that labyrinth in France, Mary Magdalene's. And you can't make this shit up, right? And then today I meet the Wahine, who's got, well, I reconnected with her because I touched base with her briefly, but her star name is Astaria, and that's her first name, and my last name is Astaria, and we both downloaded that same name. So we're all cosmic kin, right? So that was interesting. And then another thing too, I was walking with a sister yesterday around the lake. We turned the corner by these ancestor stones, and we were walking along, and I felt something kind of shift between us. And she sort of said, oh, did you feel that? And I go, no, I felt something. We were kind of drinking in the sun codes. We walked around the setting sun, and we had this memory, deja vu, of her. She'd come from Atlantis to have a kōrero with me, the Lemurian Mu priestess, about the situation that was going down. And we were actually walking along as like these priests discussing the problem. And it's kind of like what we're doing right now. We're discussing, okay, we've got all these sort of Mars things going on, and the wounded healers and the blah, blah, blah. And the only thing we can raise the ship is by changing what's within inside of ourselves. And we're actually bringing in the new earth that we've been, many of us online here, have been building for 20 years. And we want that. We want the peace. We want the community. People want to get to know you. They don't want you to just be a face on, Facebook. They want to actually get to know who you are. People want real relationships, right? So, and it's a beautiful thing. So I think that's really powerful. And I just wanted to jump back into our website. What a pleasure to have birthed that. It's a collaboration, right? And so beautiful. And I feel all our international brothers and sisters. And I went in and I joined the membership. And that was a sacred moment. And I love how you've got all those tiers of what people can afford, you know, because we do, you know, let's be real about this. This is about the grounding part, being earth, is that we do have to pay for all the IT stuff and everything else. So we're all, as a community, you know, we're holding that container so that we have the money to pay for those things. And also we have the money for our charities that we want to support. And so we're doing it together. It's like we're backing each other, you know. And many of us have done years of mahi, done the grid lines, done the sacred sites, done the water work, working with the water, the healing, inner healing, working with others, all of it. And but this is actually exciting when we all come together. So I wanted to talk about inside. So one of the memberships, I was talking to someone today, and they come on your Friday night temple, which is $11.11, right? Which is really nothing, is it? You know, I mean, what to go for 2.5 hours or something, you know? And you're getting lots of teachings and healings, and you're able to talk to other people. We share what's going on in our world. This is what we want. This is so potent, you know. But also, apart from that, you have a download, and then we have the astral meditation, and we have a kani. You know, we hang out together as well. This is beautiful. And I said to them, you know, instead of paying for that one Friday night temple for $11.11 a week, they can actually join inside the www.moomovement.com website, and they can get a lot of stuff for $11.11. So they can get the ability to showcase their own gifts and what they have to offer in alignment with the Moo community and upraising of New Earth, and following the prophecies, yeah, and also to work with the Galactic Grandmothers. And everyone who joins is part of the Galactic Grandmothers of Moo, which is a frequency, it's the energy of oneness and wholeness and unity consciousness, right? But they get, it's jam-packed with the teachings, the sharing and the guidance. They've got access to the libraries. And so, yeah, I mean, they don't have to come in at that level. There are, you know, cheaper levels to come in at. I mean, what's the bottom one? $3.33 a week. So it's not even the price of a cup of coffee, right? And you get so much, you get community. And the thing is that even the ones in, you know, other parts of the world, they're going to pay with the exchange and, you know, the dollar exchange. They'll pay for that at $1.11 a week. So it's not a big ask to be part of this and help us grow it together. But we need the other input too, you know, what's happening in our lives, what we've overcome, how we broke through things, our challenges, the vigilance within inside ourselves. Yeah, and so that's kind of that part of. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I think you said to me, Te Rauka, about your 16-week foundation course. Loving that. That's like jam-packed as well. So you're going to be going into the Blue Diamond, the Hawaii Tapu map, all the foundational teachings of Moo, plus with all the downloads and everything. And I think you said it's 444, which is the foundation number, but it can be discounted for a lump sum to 400. Is that correct?
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
right.
Yeah. And the other one was too, you can pay it in 4 monthly payments. So, I mean, you know, there's something for everyone. We can actually enter it into whatever way we can afford. But please come on board. Please be a part of us. We've put our heart and soul into this, and we are guided by Whiro, 100%, you know. And I have these little tonguey-wise, these little cries sometimes at the thought of the enormity of us opening up this portal from First Light, from Aotearoa, Australia. Te Moemoe'a is part of that as well. All our sisterhoods we have there. We have been creating all these sisterhoods for years. And we have done lots of mahi and journeys with them, with the whales, the whale kingdom. so powerful. You know, I've got Sister Mira on tonight, and she is the whale dreamer as well, and her beautiful art where she does, she will tune in shamanically and she'll start painting our journey and comes up with this amazing art where she channeled all our journey, even if she wasn't there. Now, this is the field, and this is the field we can tap into. Nothing is separate. That was just a hijack. So I'm going to go.
Oh, kia ora. And just to finish up with the moon movement, yeah, there are those levels of entry. So starting at 333, and I love how we're using water as a guide. So the first one is the spring, the second one is the stream, which is 555, and it does depend on your earning capacity as well. The third one is the river, and then the final one is the ocean. So if you're really feeling abundant, yeah, this feels like it could be the right pathway. And with that, we are walking the AEOR Peace Trail together. This is what the imprint is into the field. We are raising Mu through participation. So every conscious effort of you showing up, of being part of this, is also helping assist to build the Mu grid, which is the mother grid. And that's what this planet really desperately needs. She needs to come back online. She's been basically hidden from us for a very, very long time. She was collapsed during the Atlantean Wars. We're building her back up, but we are the pillars that help resurrect her. And that's why we need lots of pillars from all over the planet to take their places. And it's done through conscious awareness. There's so many different offerings here. It is for other healers and leaders as well, so who can lead things out too. So it's not just us, just the ones down here on ground level, but also for others to come in and help to take this to the next level. So yes, there's so many different offerings within the actual structure of it itself. And I mean, I love that we're planning to do these. We're calendaring it out now, actually, of all the main events that are happening around the world that will connect in with, and we will start doing the Mu grid work together. So singing up the song lines, bringing in the sound, working with the ancient technology of the Merlin's Chamber. We've got a double Merlin's Chamber here in the temple, and there are a lot of people all around Aotearoa. We've probably got more of the Merlin tech here than anywhere else in the world, apparently. So especially down in Kapiti Coast, because that's where Jason lives. And so Jason's our Merlin's magician, and he's bringing in this amazing technology for us. So that's how we're working as well. We're going to be working with the tech to help activate the Mu grid from here, first light, all the way around the planet. And so, yeah, if you join before the end of June, you get a $17 discount on those Moon Mystery School cards as well, which I'm going to read out to you very shortly. But before we do, so that's all I'm going to share about that. So please reach out for membership, and it's moonmovement.com/membership. But in the meantime, I just wanted to just share a little bit about this. The things that have been rising for me lately have been issues around, like the things that are going on with the witch's wound as well, like that coming up. It just keeps coming up. Oh, I'm just looking at you showing your t-shirt. I didn't even notice you doing that. Oh, thank you, beautiful Henny. Thank you, sister. You've certainly done some amazing work, and Nanny to you. Energy can only come from the supernatural. Oh yeah, baby, I like that. I'm supernatural. Hey, well, this is the other thing. We've got these super suits that we haven't really learned how to master yet. So we are these supernatural beings that are learning how to basically work in the quantum field, connect in with our magical self, because that's what we're all capable of. And this is what the map teaches us. This is what the Moon Mystery School is showing us. It's how to be freaking incredibly fantastic, like in all ways, like actually showing up, stepping up, being the best versions of ourselves, glowing from the inside out, like let's really shine, because we freaking well can, there's no excuses anymore. Like we got to try and light each other up. And this is how we do it. If we, you see one switch light on, then hello, it gives another person permission to do the exact same thing. And that's what this is all about. Let's create a ripple and let it happen here from first light, because let that light, our ahika, which is our God-given gift, that's, probably more alive here than perhaps other places. I don't know. I'm sort of sensing that we've got some pretty big codes down here. The whole world is looking down under for the shift, and so we've got a responsibility there to do that. And this witch's wound that keeps coming up, I'm seeing it noticeably in small towns. That small town disease, a bit like small man's disease. So whānau, we are we're in this galactic inheritance time now. So we've risen out of the doldrums and out from that witch hunt that many of us been running for years away from, the witch hunt, and constantly getting accused of being a witch and all of that, which is quite hilarious, So in the past I'd be called a witch, and I got to a point where I used to find it insulting, but then in the end I was like, actually, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for calling me a witch. I'll take that as a compliment. Cheers. So that soon shut people up as well. So it's a good little party trick next time you get called a witch. And so first light is returning. It's here. It's a 15D consciousness. We're the carriers of something special. We're bringing in this architecture which is ready to rise. And let's bring it on through, whānau. So I wanted to quickly read you a card from the First Light Prophecy deck, and Spirit asked me to read this to you tonight. It is the Rongomaraeroa card. I don't know if you can see it that clearly. And it's card number 38, and it reads, Ancient Peace Trail, Grandmother Wisdom, Soul Lineage, Mu remembered, Mu returned. You are the one who walks in peace, beloved. You have drawn this card of Rongomaraeroa, the ancient feminine, embodiment of peace and sacred diplomacy. It appears now as a whisper from your soul, reminding you of your deeper path and the path that you and your ancestors before you agreed to walk. This is the peace trail, the sacred pathway once tread by the grandmothers in times of great imbalance. You are one of these protectorates, whether in body or in soul lineage. You have answered to the call to rise in deep restoration and resonance. You're not here to fight the old. You are here to remember what is true. The peace trail, known across continents as the white elephant line, dragon line, song lines, is not just a path on earth. It is a cosmic milk line that connects to the mycelium network of the universe, to the grandmother star mother line of the Milky Way. It is also a living frequency that runs through your bones, encoded in your softest part of your being. It is the Rongomaraeroa within, the sovereignty sanctuary where your inner elder lives still and strong. To walk this path is to realign your body, your choices, your voice with the frequency of peace. This isn't passive, it's powerful. It means choosing presence over reaction. It means embodying the truth that violence is merely a symptom of an unmet soul. Your soul knows harmony. It knows how to return, to walk the peace trail. Today is a conscious act of remembrance. To embody peace is a choice to not carry burdens of separation any longer, to live as the original blueprint, a being of love who came to love and to create. So there we go, whānau. And the sound seed activation for this is Rongomaraeroa. And the karakia invocation, e tu e te rangi Mārie, uri tangata, aroha ki te manoa, whakamāmā, whakatō hoki, rongo. I rise in peace of human lineage, love in my heart, soften, restore harmony. So there we go, whānau. We have that reading. And Anhara, did you want to close us out with a waiata?
Yeah, I thought, it just came up, so I thought, I will. So just going into our manawa, just reconnecting with Papa Tuanuku, Rachamama. Rachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. Pachamama, coming home to the place where I belong. I want to be free, so free to be the holy being that I see, not to rise, not to fall, but be the one with loving arms. Arms, there is no high, no low, there is nowhere else to go except inside your heart and be just who you are.
Oh, kia ora. Beautiful, sister. Well, thank you, Taniwha. The First Light Prophecy cards are amazing. Exactly. And whānau, there is a $17 off voucher if you come and reach out, give us your email, and I'll send you the link. And you can receive the discount code as well as the Moo Mystery School Masterclass, which we recorded just on Sunday. It's a 2-hour journey. It's very powerful. It gives you a lot of intelligence around First Light, what we're doing with this work. So we didn't really want to repeat everything that we'd been sharing, but there's always more coming through. There's stuff coming through. Every time there's a rising with all the different planets, and every day there's something new that shifts, and we've got our finger on the pulse. We are the oracular wisdom keepers. We're not the only ones, of course. There are others, and I've been starting to get a few of them come our way lately, so it's been really beautiful collaborating and getting some keys and codes from others, because that's what we're all about, right? We're here to sharing, to care and to share with each other. And so I have got a ceremony, but to be honest, I've hit a wall and suddenly the energy's shifted and I feel like it's time to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you that ceremony, which is the ceremony of the rising one, tomorrow. And I promise you I will do that. Because I've got to do a couple of videos anyway. So beautiful connecting with you all, and I will send you that ceremony soon. So much joy, so much love to you all. Thank you all for showing up, and we'll talk real soon. Mā te wā for now. Mauri aroha.
E aramulandia, fiti mai tera. Kua hoki mai ano. Kua hoki mai ano.
Yeah, yeah. Rise now.
Ulandia, the sun begins. Ulandia, the say. Ulandia, 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 Ulandia. Deep beneath the oceans where the crystal temples glow, ancient Mertech humming in the currents down below. Solar flares are blasting through the chambers of the deep, calling every sleeping soul to rise up from their sleep. Lions roar to dream time, pyramids ignite, Mutangata awakening. We are made of light. Aramulandia, fiti maitera, Rongomaraeroa, karangamaira, kahukura ere, kitea umarama, mulandia, kua hoki mai ano. Gas chambers reigniting as the ancient plate ascends. Rainbow plasma pulsing through the grid we now defend. No more mask, no more fear, no more hiding pain. Truth is flowing through us like electric golden rain. Hear the earth heart beating through the waters and the flame. Every soul remembering their long forgotten name. Can you feel the shifting as the timelines rearrange? Nothing stays the same now, everything must change. Old worlds are dissolving in the frequency of truth. First light codes awakening the everlasting youth. Stand up in your power, feel the sun inside your veins. Molandi, you're returning through the fire and the rain. We rise from the depths below. Through the spiral waters, feel the mother flow. From the heart of the oceans to the stars above, Mulandi are returning through the pulse of love. Hear the lions calling, hear the rainbow drums. The age of first light and remembrance come. Ulandia, Ulandia. Now the land is rising, first within the human heart. Every soul awakening remembers who they are before the flesh was formed. We were luminous and free, children of the mother greed awakening through the sea. Hold the line, beloveds, this is where we stand. Mulandi, you're returning through